And I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First and foremost, I wish to voice our sincere gratitude to the delegation of the Republic of Belarus for having drafted the up-to-date and very important draft resolution. The Russian Federation views trafficking in persons as one of the most dangerous manifestations of international crime, which poses a major threat to the security of states and regions. This is a dangerous phenomenon which undermines the pillars of stability, rule of law, and egregiously it tramples upon human dignity, cynically transforming human beings into merchandise. Mr. Chairman, despite the significance of the issue under consideration, certain Western states have decided to use this discussion for their short-sighted aims. We condemn the insulting and unacceptable statements from representatives of the U.S., Canada, the European Union, which are at variance with the practice of mutually respectful dialogue on human rights. We see in these attempts an aspiration of the European Union to achieve a political score settling with the sponsors of the resolution, baselessly accusing it of fomenting a migration crisis. We regard the foisting of blame for the unfolding migration crisis in Europe on Minsk as unacceptable. The absurdity of the accusations voiced here is evident. It is perfectly clear that the flight of individuals from Middle East countries began after Western states decided to impose their ways in that region. This is a crisis which has been spawned by the forcible interventions of the West in the Middle East and Africa regions, as well as the subsequent ill-fated U.S. and NATO operations in Afghanistan. A question follows for members of the European Union. Why do they reject the proposal of Minsk to carry out consultations to resolve the migration problem? And why did they deploy troops along their borders? Who do European Union members intend to target with their armed forces? Who are they intending to fight against? Are they intending to target unarmed men, women, and children? Are they targeting those striving to reach Europe because they are constantly being told about the greatness of European values? It seems that the European Union is not striving to resolve the dire humanitarian crisis, but rather is seeking to exploit this crisis to gain the upper hand against opponents, political opponents. We call upon Western colleagues to abandon hostile rhetoric and to abandon politicization of the work of the Third Committee. We need to pool efforts to combat such manifestations as trafficking in persons.
I thank the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation, and I now give the